Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to What's New with ME. I'm Ali Mehdaoui. And if you're wondering whether it's just you who is actually feeling like the world has been turned upside down this week, nope, it's not just you. We've got a supreme leader in Iran who hasn't ever even appeared publicly yet. Oil prices spiking over $100, gas prices starting to creep up in America, Iran potentially skipping the World Cup, and Congress once again playing shutdown roulette with the federal government. So tonight, we're going to unpack it all for you because when the global chessboard moves this fast, you need more than just headlines. You need context. Let's start in the Middle East. Segment 1, Iran's new supreme leader. So Iran is going through one of the most dramatic leadership transitions in its modern history. The previous supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, was killed during a major strike targeting Iranian leadership and nuclear infrastructure during the ongoing conflicts between Iran, Israel, and the United States. His son, Mojtaba Khamenei, has now taken over as the new supreme leader. Now here's where things get strange. He hasn't appeared publicly, not once. His first message to the country wasn't even delivered by him. It was read on state television by an anchor. That alone has triggered a lot of speculation among intelligence analysts and foreign policy experts. Some reports suggest he may have been injured in the same strike that killed his father. Others believe he is simply being kept hidden because of security threats. Either way, the message itself was not exactly a peace offering. The new leader warned that Iran may keep the Strait of Hormuz closed. Now, for those of you who don't follow global energy markets closely, the Strait of Hormuz is one of the most important shipping lanes on Earth. Roughly 20% of the world's oil supply moves through that narrow waterway. So when Iran threatens to close it, global markets don't exactly stay calm. The message also included direct warnings to U.S. military bases in the region, suggesting they should shut down or risk further attacks. And he vowed retaliation for what Iran calls aggression by the United States and Israel. In other words, the new leadership in Tehran is not signaling de-escalation. If anything, it's doubling down. Segment 2. The war expands. Now let's talk about the broader situation in the Middle East, because this conflict isn't just between two countries anymore. It's turning into a multi-front regional confrontation. We're seeing Iranian missiles and drone strikes targeting military installations, Israeli forces expanding operations across multiple areas, and Iranian allied groups like Hezbollah opening additional fronts in Lebanon. The humanitarian impact is already staggering. Millions of civilians have been displaced in Iran. Hundreds of thousands more have been forced to flee parts of Lebanon. Cities are dealing with infrastructure damage, and humanitarian organizations are warning the situation could worsen quickly if the conflict expands further. Now, whenever something like this happens in the Middle East, there's another question that immediately comes up: energy. And right now, the oil market is reacting exactly how you would expect it to. Segment 3, oil shock. Oil prices have surged past $100 per barrel again. And at one point, they spiked even higher during the week as traders reacted to fears that shipping through the Persian Gulf could be disrupted. Why does that matter? Well, it does, because if the Strait of Hormuz becomes unsafe for tankers, so the world suddenly loses access to a massive portion of its oil supply. And markets hate uncertainty, so prices move fast. Energy analysts are warning that if the conflict intensifies or if shipping lanes remain disrupted, we could see oil prices climb even higher. Some projections have even suggested worst case scenario where oil could spike toward $150 or even $200 per barrel. That's not a prediction yet, but it's a risk that traders are definitely watching. Segment 4, gas prices in America. And of course, Whenever oil spikes globally, American drivers start watching the numbers at the pump. Gas prices haven't exploded yet, but they are starting to creep upwards in several regions. The reason is simple. Oil is a global commodity. So when the price of crude oil goes up, refiners pay more for the raw product. And eventually that increases markets all the way down to the gas stations. Of course, Americans could start feeling it more noticeably. Segment 5, Iran and the World Cup. Now, here's something that shows just how much geopolitics can spill into unexpected places. Sports. The 2026 FIFA World Cup is coming to North America, and it will be hosted across the United States, Canada, and Mexico. But now, Iran's participation is suddenly uncertain. Iranian officials say their national team may not travel to the United States because of security concerns related to the war. And from their perspective, sending players into a country currently engaged in military conflict with Iran raises serious safety and political questions. FIFA has not made a final decision yet, but if Iran officially withdraws or is unable to participate, it could force a replacement team to step in, which would be a major geopolitical ripple effect in what is supposed to be the world's biggest soccer tournament. Sports and politics have always been connected, but this situation is especially complicated. Segment 6, the government shutdown mess. Now, while all of this global tension is happening, Washington is dealing with its own drama because once again, the United States is flirting with a government shutdown. Congress has been fighting over funding bills tied to several major policy disputes. Some lawmakers are pushing for increased spending and foreign aid packages. Others want stronger border enforcement and spending reduction. And as usual, neither side want to give ground first. The results, temporary shutdown affecting some federal departments, workers being furloughed, and uncertainty across several government programs. Essential services like the military, air traffic control, and national security operations keep running, but the politics gridlock continues. And it's happening at the exact moment when global tensions are rising. Some final remarks for you. When you step back and take a look at that big picture, it's a remarkable moment in global history. You have a new and largely unseen supreme leader in Iran, a rapidly evolving regional conflict, oil markets reacting in real time, potential disruption to the World Cup, a domestic political battle in Washington, all of it happening simultaneously. Moments like this reminds us how interconnected the world really is. Energy, politics, sports, security, everything touches everything else. And the next few weeks could shape the direction of it all. So that's it for tonight's edition of What's New with ME. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to subscribe and share with someone who wants real context behind the headlines. And if you want to see more shows like this, make sure you visit us at vmestudios.net. I'm Ali Mehdaoui. Stay informed, stay curious, and I'll see you next time.
Still marketing your business like it's the Yellow Pages era? Welcome to ME Studios, where local solopreneurs and small business owners catch up with the digital world and take over it. We help you go from invisible to undeniable, featured on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Audible, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Music. Plus, gain press exposure in over 100 to 300 major media outlets like Fox, ABC, CBS, NBC, and the CW. Right here in Eatontown, New Jersey, just steps away from the soon-to-be Netflix studios, our multi-unit facility is built for creators, entrepreneurs, and visionaries. Stop marketing like it's 1995. Start building your digital authority today with a team that gets it.